Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our RhinoRack Roof Rack system with the 54-inch long crossbars, the feet for raised rails here on our 2022 Jeep Cherokee. So you have your Cherokee and you're ready for adventure. What if you want to carry around kayaks or bike racks or roof baskets or roof boxes? What you need is a roof rack system first, and that's where this comes in handy. There's going to be different types of roof rack systems from different brands, but you also have different bar lengths. These are going to be the 54-inch long crossbars, which are my personal recommendation since you get more overhang and you get more crossbar for your vehicle, but some people prefer the shorter 49-inch long crossbars. So we'll talk about those differences, and then that way you can make a decision for what's the best fit for you, your Jeep Cherokee, and your adventures. So since these are the longer crossbars, you get more overhang. What does that mean? Well, that's going to be the measurement from the end of the tower to right before your end cap. So measuring here in the front, it sits at 5¼ inches of overhang. That way, if you're using kayak lift assist like the Thule Hull Elevator or the Yakima Showdown, those require a specific amount of overhang, and it will work with this crossbar length. This also makes it easier for you to reach your crossbars and mount things onto it. The downside of long overhang though is it sticks out further past your vehicle. This is still perfectly fine because it's not past your vehicle, but it might be an issue for people in terms of how it looks. Next measurements are roof clearances, and there's two measurements there. The first is going to be the clearance from the top of your roof to the bottom of your crossbar. Here we have a glass roof, so that's extra important. Measuring from the glass to the crossbar, it sits at about 2½ inches, which is in the medium area for clearance. If you have, let's say, roof box, those usually have clamps that go around, or even U-bolts that you have to tighten down. That's where you need to know how much clearance you have for those. Next measurement is the height added to the top of our roof, which is going to be about 3¾ inches. And that's gonna be where your cargo sits. So if you have skis and snowboards, especially those with extra tall bindings, you'll want to have enough clearance there. If you don't have enough clearance, that's when you get to look at our ski and snowboard carriers that give you that extra height. So these are gonna be the RhinoRack Vortex Aero bars. And if you want to, you can actually use the T-track mounted accessories. You just pop off the end cap, lift up on the Vortex strips, and now you can put your accessories in there. That way you can use the whole 54 inches and you don't have to work around the towers. The downside to this system though is these Vortex strips, you're gonna have to cut them to match your T-track accessories. So if you are planning on doing that, I recommend getting a bunch of extras of these. That way you're ready to go when you need to mount those accessories. So you saw me take off those end caps at the end of the crossbar. So these are going to be included security. They're plastic lock cores. They use a special RhinoRack key in order to unlock or lock them. Once you have them out, you're then able to make adjustments to your tower, loosen or tighten them, and you're able to mount those T-track mounted accessories. If you want though, you can get the metal lock cores separately. Those switch out with these, and that way you can use one key to access the whole thing. So this uses a RhinoRack specific Allen wrench or hex wrench, and this is what's used to tighten down your towers. Now with this, you also have a special torque setting, that way you don't over tighten down those towers. The install process is pretty simple since you are able to put the towers wherever you want on the raised rails. Now I have my crossbar spread at 22 inches apart, but you can spread this out or bring them closer together as much as you want. I would like to say that the furthest or maximum crossbar spread you can get with your Cherokee will be up to 28 inches. The install process is very simple. It's probably one of the easiest roof racks to take off and put back on real quick once you have everything set up. You also have everything included, but I use some extra tools just to make things easier for myself. One is going to be the Mogi doorstep. This fits right into your Cherokee, gives you that extra height and traction, just gives you that extra step as you strap things down. Now for straps, we also have some etrailer cam buckle straps. I recommend these too. We do sell them as pairs, so that's easy to add on. Go ahead, grab your tape measure so that everything's lined up. And now let's take a look at the install. All you need to do is get your tower and then slide it into your crossbar. The only thing that will take a minute is to get the Vortex strips into the crossbar itself. But once this is slid in there, you can now put it onto your raised rails. Now your raised rails on your Cherokee are on the larger sides. What you are going to have to do is make sure that your clamps are in the completely open position in order to fit it around those rails. This is also the point when you can pick your own crossbar spread, meaning you can slide this back and forth. That way your crossbars are as far apart as you need them to be. You also want an equal length of overhang on each side before you tighten things down. So we're going to measure from the end of the tower to the end of the crossbar. I want it at almost 5 inches on each side. If it's the same, then you're ready to tighten it down using your included tool. Once everything is tightened down, you've double checked all 4 towers, and remember that your tool has its own little torque setting, then your final step is going to be to put your end caps on. So if you did not get the additional metal lock cores, you're going to have a plastic core, then use the RhinoRack Blue security key to secure the end cap, and then that's it for the install. So my personal thoughts about this roof rack system is I recommend RhinoRack if you're looking for that sporty look, if you want something that's quick and easy to put onto your Cherokee, and if you have other RhinoRack accessories. Now in terms of looks, if you do have this on for a long period of time and you don't like that extra overhang, you might be more interested in the 49-inch long crossbars, or you might also want the inner roof rack system. That one has integrated metal locks and you have a nice shiny accent at the end that matches some of your Cherokee's different colors. Now the RhinoRack system is still an awesome system with 165-pound weight capacity, as well as it being reversible. You can put pretty much anything on there for your different adventures. And that was a look at the RhinoRack Roof Rack system with the 54-inch long Vortex Aero Crossbars, the through feet for raised rails right here on our 2022 Jeep Cherokee.